Okay, we are back at the Detailers of Naples with another episode of How Business Unwinds. And today I have a guest in the chair unwinding. Her name is Dani, and she's from VERSAGYM. So I met her, and right away it was like firecracker explosions. Like she was working out, she was showing me her business, and I just wanted to whip off my shoes and get in there and start working out with her. That's how dynamic the energy was. So I asked her, I said, "Do you want to be on my podcast?" Because the point of this podcast is to show entrepreneurs resilience and how to stay motivated, how to keep in the game. And no better person than to explain that than Dani. She's amazing. So Dani, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you. I mean, this is the least I can do right now.
Well, it's good. I just need you to enjoy. And that's the other brilliant thing about unwinding in massage chairs and asking entrepreneurs questions is that they're giving me some pretty real and raw answers here because they're just in such a relaxed state. So I appreciate you taking the time today. So I do want to know first, if you can just explain the business a little bit and tell me how you got started in it.
So VERSAGYM, I originally saw on social media.
Okay.
Like good old Instagram.
Yep.
And I was in Pennsylvania at the time. And I just remember like scrolling through and seeing this mobile gym come across. And I thought that it was a really neat, cool, one-of-a-kind concept, especially because of the two colors that I thought they picked. You know, it was a good choice. And then I just followed them like throughout the year. And then fast forward to another year, they reached out to me, and it was just kind of ironic because now here we are, fast forward like 4 years, and this, now here I am in Florida and I'm working.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a surreal kind of situation, but you definitely know that the Lord works in very real ways. So that's definitely a golden ticket for me when I know that.
Absolutely. And like just knowing that and staying open to guidance and wherever, your path takes you, I feel like that's kind of what you're explaining to me. What happened in your story is like you were just open and kept the lines of communication open, and things just kind of took off from there, which is wonderful.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you definitely have to believe.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have faith. What do you have, right?
Absolutely.
That's why we're here, right? Because we believe that this is successful and going to do what we wanted to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so when you see your clients daily, are you their source of motivation? What happens on a typical day for you? Like when we first walked in, I asked you, when did your day start? And you said 4 a.m. So what does a typical day look like?
A typical day for Dani at the moment is a 4 o'clock, 4:30 rise with some worship in the morning on my way to Naples to visit clients at 6:30 in the morning. And then whether I have one or two that day, I'll, work with them, finish up doing what I have to do with VERSAGYM, and then I'll go on to my other entrepreneurial endeavors that I go into for the rest of the day.
Oh, wow. So you don't stop, right?
No.
Oh my goodness. So what are your other entrepreneurial endeavors?
I work for a company called Redbox Plus Dumpsters.
Okay.
Specifically Redbox Plus Dumpsters of Southwest Florida.
Okay.
We are an elite dumpster company that services a dumpster and porta-john concept in one.
Oh my goodness. So a glamorous business you're in.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Who would have thought I would have been in Florida, like working for a dumpster company? And, here I am, fast forward. It's crazy, but I definitely feel like I'm meant to do what I'm doing. And how I got here is a one-of-a-kind story. But again, the faith is right back to that.
Yeah.
So if I didn't trust that was another side to me, I wouldn't be here.
I love that. I feel from just in this short conversation we've had so far, I feel like faith really takes the lead in your life. And I think that's a very beautiful thing.
For sure.
It's wonderful.
Definitely does.
That's wonderful because you do have like a calmness and just a relaxed vibe about you. From the second you walk in, it has nothing to do with the chair at this point. This is just your demeanor, and I think that's lovely. And I mean, learning about that you're not just doing one business, you got your hands in a few. That's a true entrepreneur, really, where we got couple irons in the fire, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that. So how do you stay motivated then? What keeps you going?
I think it's just a matter of, the biggest motto that I have is like a help me help you.
Mm-hmm.
And since I've been here, I feel like that's all I've been doing is
Mm-hmm.
like a help me help you type thing. And
Yeah.
if I specifically am talking about VersaGym, every client that I've encountered has needed light.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like for some reason, I may be a good person that is enlightening
Mm-hmm.
to them in that moment. So that's why we're having those moments together.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a fitness journey. It's a spiritual journey,
Mm-hmm.
it's a mindset, it's a coaching journey that you're with these individuals with,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just, okay, let's train, let's get you fit, let's get
Mm-hmm.
you, looking right in a bathing suit, because
Mm-hmm.
that's not ultimately the goal. The goal is transformation, like as a whole, as a person,
Yeah.
right? And if you're transforming one thing about yourself, well, odds are you might want to start changing something else in a positive way about yourself
Mm-hmm.
too. And when you focus on that fitness and focus on the mindset of getting the endorphins, stimulated,
Mm-hmm.
only good things can come from that.
Yeah.
So you want to do good, then more things come from you being more positive. Your outlook in life completely changes.
So it seems to me like your motivation comes from helping other people and seeing their transformation, and in turn, kind of witnessing your own transformation in your journey.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a really beautiful thing. And I just feel like, in life and in business, there's always challenges that come up, and having a good, practice of fitness, working out, just being positive in your daily life. These are all ways and tools to help you keep going. Can you reflect and share a time that has been super challenging, and like some of the tools that you use to help you get out of it?
Moving down here by myself, glory be to God.
Yeah.
Because he put me with a family that just welcomed me right in, and I was just like, thank you.
Yeah.
And they were at my baptism and all, because I got baptized in the Gulf of Mexico here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So it's nice.
That's amazing. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's a scary thing, moving to a place not knowing anyone, but again, coming back to your faith, that knowing it's going to be okay. You found a family that welcomed you in,
who are Christian faith too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nice.
That is so special. I love that so much. So now, like, looking forward on the future, what are things that are exciting you? What are you getting jacked up about your future, your businesses, what's going to happen?
Opportunity. There, I feel, is like limitless opportunity here. And I'm just so grateful and so thankful to be here to experience some of it, let alone help build Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
And to help others. Obviously, I wasn't here during the catastrophic event that occurred, but to just be here to help rebuild and to truly like be a part of the rebuild and the new infrastructure that's coming, I'm just so thankful.
Yeah, that is very, very important for sure. Yeah, I love that. And so just on that note, what has made you proud so far of what you've accomplished here since being here?
I think one, manifesting that I would be a part of VersaGym in some way, shape, or form has come to life. But then also, and when I originally came here, like that was the goal, and then there was a hurdle, and there was a pause, and then I had to figure out a transition, and that's ultimately how I got my Redbox Plus dumpsters position. But it was like perfect timing, because as I was waiting for VersaGym, this gave me the opportunity to build my network, to build Dani, so for people to get to know like Dani.
Yeah.
And then when I finally built that relationship with so many people in Southwest Florida, I was asked from VersaGym to start, and it was so crazy because it's such a small world. Because the people in like the industry that I'm currently in like the construction, I know now with VersaGym, and they just know people, and it's just so
Mm.
funny because it's a small world.
It is very small. There's connections everywhere, and to be open to them, that's, really, really important in
Yeah.
business and in life for sure. Just, on that note of having connections and, listening to people, have you got any good advice along the way that you would like to share, or something that has stuck with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
To listen.
Yeah.
I was always a good listener,
Mm-hmm.
but specifically in the industry that I'm in, it's really important to listen to what someone's asking of you,
Mm-hmm.
because you might receive what they're, asking. Are you like giving everything that they're truly asking for in full retrospect? So I think it's just a matter of like having that mindset of being well-rounded and getting to know an individual rather than, I guess, being here to work to do business.
Right.
Like if I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
you're a detail company, like
Yeah.
you clean cars, cool, or
Yeah.
but it's more so like, hey, like how's your family? Like
Right,
how many
right.
children do you have? Like what do you do on the weekends? Like I'm looking for a friend. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
new
So
to the area.
it's
you know?
it's genuine, right?
Yeah.
You actually care, and
Yeah,
people, they can sense that. You can tell when someone's being authentic and genuine. It's an energetic feeling. There's not, you can't fake that, And I think listening is key, because I come across a lot of people that they just talk about themselves, and it's fine. And I'm listening to them, and we leave the conversation, and, I'm sure they think I'm great, but they know nothing about me. But I know a lot about them, and I think that's great. It's wonderful. But they're doing themselves a disservice by not having that exchange. For me, I don't care. I don't need to talk about myself, but it's just, I try to share that with my kids, and sharing that with little kids to listen. Okay, they don't want to listen to their parents all the time, but that is just, it's such a good quality to be a listener and an active listener. I was just curious on, like, if you had any tips on how to become a good listener. Like if someone's listening to this right now and they think, shoot, do I listen enough? I guess it's just a self-awareness around being a good listener.
I guess it goes back to simple questions, and this could just be my mindset and my avenue of work at the moment. But like, the who, what, where, when, why, and how type questions.
Yeah.
But like in different facets. It's not like who needs it? What do you for how long? What do you
Yeah.
It's more like, how are you doing, or what's wrong, or
Right.
well, why are you feeling like this?
Mhm.
Things like that too.
Mm.
Authenticity,
Yeah.
right? Like I have a colleague of mine, Michael. We spoke about this because it's a sister company of mine that we worked with together called Cool Bins.
Mhm.
And he goes, you want that like true original authenticity of like that old gas station, right? When you go into the gas station and everything's just like original, right? You get the door-to-door service, you get the original gas pump with, you get the original owner, which essentially that means nothing. But it's the authenticity that comes with it, right? You keep it going.
Yeah.
It's generational.
It's like the consistency, the comfort around that, they know that they know what to expect, when they come in. And that's a big key in business for sure.
And I will say, since I've moved to Southwest Florida, so much faith here. So much faith. It just consumes me. And not that it wasn't back at home, because I went to church back at home, but the energy and the presence here, it is so strong. It is so loving.
It really is. There is a very grateful presence, I find, in Naples, that it's just, people here are just happy just to be and exist. And, aside from the crazy drivers, they got to get where they got to get, but no one's really road raging about it.
What are we talking about here?
But everyone just has a beautiful energy, and it is very addictive. Coming down here, it's just, there's nothing else like it. I fully agree with you on that. So good. So I want to ask, just for people listening and an entrepreneur that's maybe thinking about starting a business, sitting on the sidelines, not really sure when to jump in, waiting for everything perfect to align, what can you say to someone that is looking to make a move but hasn't quite gotten there yet?
So to me, that's like when God gives you the chance to move, saying. So, and if you're not into your faith, if you're not, there and fully connected, this also is just like you feeling like I have a purpose and this is my purpose. And you may have hurdles, there may be challenges, but if you don't give up, if you don't doubt yourself, hold yourself accountable for the 5-second rule, right? Within the first 5 seconds that you think of something or you have that thought, and it's definitely manifested to your career, like act on it, do it. Because anything after 5 seconds, it's very well known, but like you start to create doubt, procrastination, fear, and then the enemy starts to come in and you'll start to tell yourself, oh, well, I can do it later, or I'll do it next week, or maybe when I get this degree.
Yeah.
Rather than just like biting the bullet and, trusting that I don't know what's coming, but that's the glory, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going through the storm to receive the blessing.
Yeah.
But if you don't hold yourself accountable and put yourself through that obstacle and those challenges, how do you know what you can accomplish?
Yeah.
Truthfully.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, that keeps coming up a lot, actually, talking to different entrepreneurs that they just say they just jumped in, not knowing fully what it is, what they got to do.
Dumpsters, porta-johns.
Yeah. Just,
it's 2-in-1 concept. You can't have one without the other. Well, you can technically, but
yeah.
It all depends. But essentially, no. Coming to Florida, I thought I was going to do that. No, but you know what? Best opportunity that the Lord has blessed me with. And I see myself, I was put in a position as the marketing director for Southwest Florida. So we just started in Collier and Lee, and I have to grow all the way to Manatee.
Wow.
Essentially. So.
And you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
And I have the, other franchises that are above us and across this other coast from us, like building business relationships for them and to them. So I'm just so thankful, so grateful.
I love that. My biggest sense coming from you is that you're not a one woman show. You help everyone. Like you're helping everyone come up with you. You're not just on your path. You want it all for everyone. I really
think
get that
that's my weakness, like by default, like, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because if that's what I'm meant to do and I'm here to do, then that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
But I always put myself last. I'll always put someone first. And I know the Lord's like, Dani, I'm putting you here. Yeah. It's you time.
Yeah.
And here I am still doing the same thing. But now I'm like, all right, stay a little bit more disciplined, which, that's what he created me to do, was be here to be more disciplined. And that's for sure what
I don't see you as less. I see you as a leader, and I see you as someone that guides. And you just lead by example is really what it comes down to. And I really appreciate our conversation, and thank you for taking the time. And I know, you've had a long day, and I hope this is a nice way to unwind for you.
You have no idea. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. Because when I got to right here at my shoulders, I was like, oh, this is what I was looking forward to.
I love that. Thanks so much, Dani.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem.